Hello and welcome to the education session, Social Commands. One thing I haven't checked is that if my microphone is working before we go any further. Yes, it is. That's fine. So today I'm jumping on because we're going to talk about a few new developments within the software and a few bits and pieces that we're doing and talk about what's coming up. So that's all very exciting. So the first thing we want to talk about, there is an issue that we're having with some of the search parameters on the software. So if we're just going to open up the screen, here we go. So if we just jump into the software, there we go. We had this issue last year because what's been happening is that some of the websites around the world, mainly news websites, are actually changing their coding on their websites, which don't allow iframes, sorry. And what happens, I will show you exactly what happens. This is a BBC News it's happening to currently in the UK. If we try and add a banner, preview it. So if you're previewing a post, this is what it would look like if it goes out. What happens is that we are just getting a white screen with the banner at the bottom. But if you, there is an option which I can't click on here. Which if you close the banner down, then the actual page appears. Now, this is not permanent, so don't panic. What we have to do our end, or the developers, is to change some coding, and then we'll be able to get it up again. As I say, it happened last year to the BBC News. But this leads on to what else is happening with the software. Let me just get back onto my screen. So, beautiful. So the development team are actually working on the Instagrammers at the moment, which you know, and we've talked about before. So Instagram is coming. It's nearly there. We had a meeting yesterday, and we were told this is just typical. This is just typical of the internet and social media platforms. So we've developed originally a piece of software that allowed you to post onto Instagram. Because Instagram wasn't like all the other platforms, so you have to use a secondary device to actually post onto it. So we've developed an app to go with the software, so you could post to Instagram via the software. And then that's taken a few weeks. So that's what we've been doing since January, since we talked about it last. And then last week, Facebook announced that they're releasing what they call an API for Instagram, which is exactly the same thing that Facebook and Twitter and LinkedIn and Google My Business uses. So we can just bring Instagram directly into the software. Weeks and weeks of development for this app for posting is scrapped and scuppered. Yeah, it's such a British word, scuppered. So we will be getting the Instagram. We will be probably about a week's time, I think, to test. They're actually testing it now. What happens is when they build a new, this is going to get confusing. When they build a new app section of the software, it's not an app, but it's an app section of the software. This has to be cleared by Facebook, who owns Instagram, and that can take about a week or so. So we should have it back by next week, and then we'll be testing it. So we'll roll it out to a few people, partners and our customers and clients as well, to try it out. At the moment, that there isn't any price increase or anything on it. It's just part of the software. But there is one thing that if Facebook are going to charge for this, then we'll have to pass it on. But it'll only be a small amount, so don't worry about it. But we'll see. We're trying to do it so it just incorporates it into the software, which is great. So initially, if you've got problems with posting, we're going to write some code and get that sorted. We can't get onto that until we've got Instagram sorted, because we don't want to change the whole site twice within a matter of a couple of weeks, because it does mess a few things up. So if you can just bear with us when you're using the search box up here, just double check everything by clicking on the preview to check your post. It only takes a second. As I say, it's affecting a few news service platforms, but if you're still grabbing content from elsewhere, which obviously there's millions of places to grab content from via the search option inside the software, just click on the preview button just to make sure it's working okay. That's all we say. Okay, brilliant. Now, the next thing we want to talk about is our brand new support system. So I just need to go to the home screen. Now, as we grow and as we expand, we need a better support system. At the moment, it's me on the end of a WhatsApp, which isn't efficient. I always try to be as fast as I can, but we're just trying to make it a little bit more efficient. Now, this may feel like it's going to slow the process down, but believe me, you'll be in your inquiry or support question or any question will go to the correct person immediately, and they'll be able to answer it. So all you have to do, make this a big screen so we can see. Hang on a second. There we go. That's brilliant. So we'll just take that banner off as well. We don't need that banner running. So our new support system is directly off our website, which you can obviously access via phone, iPad, or a desktop. And it is a button which is bottom right hand corner. Now, this is a floating button, so it's always there. It doesn't matter what you're looking at on the website. That button is always there, bottom right hand corner. You click on that, like so, and it takes you to submit a ticket. Now, you've all probably seen these on other websites as well, so you know exactly how they work. You just put your email in, your subject, and a description. Now, the subject, we've got... I'm just trying to think now. We've got about 80 different subjects in there. So whatever you type in, the AI should pick that up and then send it to the correct person. If it finds something which it hasn't got a subject for, it'll just send it to the office and one of us will pick it up the same day anyway, so it's not a problem. We have said that there's a response within 24 to 48 hours. Don't worry about that. We will respond to it as quickly as possible and as quick as it is at the moment. But please use the submit a ticket system. How it works is that you go into the system, into a CRM, and then yourself and ourselves can monitor how we answer the question that you have. If you've got a problem or you've got a question about the software or any products at all. So it's quite neat and nifty, so that's really cool. You can ask anything on there actually. Put it into the subject line and add a nice big description, and you can attach a file as well, and that will tell you all about it. So it's a game changer, he says. It is, honestly, it is. It's going to make things much better and quicker. So if you've got something about web design or whatever, it'll go to that person who deals with that. And as we expand the business and new teams come in, and they'll be able to answer those questions for you. So that's submit a ticket. And as I said, that can be found bottom right hand corner of our main website, socialcommand.co.uk. I'm going to give a quick rundown of our product base because we haven't done that for a few months because people always ask about what we do, and that would be partners who are reselling or clients and customers. So we'll kick off with our main thing, which is the social media posting. This is what the software, the main software, is all about. We can, I'm going to say we, which as a social command, but obviously if you're your own business as a reseller, this means you as well. This is what you can do. So at present, I was going to mention actually, we've dropped Pinterest. There may be a couple of people who are just a bit up in arms about that. The system just wasn't doing anything because we were monitoring it to see who was using Pinterest, and I would say, I think it's like less than 5% of people who are using Pinterest, and we pay for that service to be added. So we've removed Pinterest at the moment. If people want it, then we'll add it back in. But Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Google My Business, and then Instagram in about a week's time will be the main core. So Pinterest will be coming off. It just reminded me there. So our posting service, which we charge £99 for, is a basic posting service. We find content for you. We post about your business. We add banners that goes back to your business or landing page of your choice. And we do that every single day, once a day. That's all you need nowadays. One post once every day, but you have to keep it up. Don't have any gaps in there, and that's across all those platforms I just talked about. And it keeps all your followers and customers and clients all engaged, and everybody's happy, because social media is a channel. It's a funnel. It is a business word, funnel, but we like to channel all the social media users into that funnel, so they end up actually buying from you. Now they don't necessarily buy from you every time you post. The biggest thing about a marketeer is that they'll post something and then think everybody's going to read it, and they'll set a schedule and they'll set a time, and they'll think, right, 12 o'clock tomorrow, I'm going to send this out and everybody's going to watch it or read it or whatever. And it doesn't work like that. The idea is with social media, you drip feed content out to your clients or customers, so you're always there in the back of your mind. Now this works on several levels, because with social media nowadays, if you don't get engagement, and when we talk about engagement, that's not clicking, doesn't have to be clicking anymore. I've mentioned this many a time. Even if you just scroll through Facebook and hover on your phone or on a desktop, Facebook knows what you're hovering over, and they'll class that as an engagement because you're reading the post without clicking on the post. So that's really important, because you must keep people engaged. If they don't keep getting engaged with you, your next session of posting will just be pushed further down their timeline. But if they keep looking at what you do and it's interesting to them, and they may click it or they may just read the actual post, then Facebook will just keep showing them. And then at that one point when you post something and they go, you know what, I want that, it's important, it's there. So drip feed every single day, post. That's what this service does. £99 a month, and it just goes out across all your platforms. It's not creative content as such. We're going to talk about that in a minute, actually. It's purely just not regurgitating content, but obviously finding content which is relevant to your followers, to your clients, to your customers, and it posts out there and then slaps on a banner that when they're reading it, your name is in their face all the time. So it's advertising. That's what it is. It's all about advertising. Forget about social media. Take that out of your head. Social media is just a form of advertising. So try to keep engaged that way, and that's what this service does. So for us, this is what we do for our clients: post out once a day, every single day, across all the platforms. If you're a reseller, this is what you should be offering to your clients and customers as well. So that's posting. Then AI advert campaigns. Now there is a bit of a fuss going on at the moment in the world of advertising, because Apple, with their recent update of iOS 14, has caused a few problems for Facebook. I feel terrible when things affect Facebook, because I think they're greedy, but it doesn't matter. But unfortunately, it does affect some customers who use the AI service. What's actually happening is that you can't remarket or re-engage with your with customers who have clicked your advert. This is the pinnacle of it. This is just the top line of it. That when you show an advert to somebody, if they just click it and then not do anything else with it, before iOS 14, you used to be able to grab that data and then remarket to them again later on. Now, everybody's experienced this, because when you've looked for a pair of shoes or a pair of trainers or whatever on one day, and then it's following you around for 24, 48 hours. Well, that's what remarketing is. It's that format. And what happens is that iOS is blocking that unless you allow it to happen. And they feel that, I was reading the percentages this morning, at the moment on our iOS, 80% of people are remarketed, but they've said that with the new allow button, which most people will probably click not allow, this could reduce it down to about 15% of remarketing. Now, it's not that bad, because one, it's protecting privacy. It's not so annoying. Facebook are getting around it in different ways, so sit tight. It's all fine. If you are advertising with a great built audience, and our system, our AI system, this doesn't really affect you, because we don't usually remarket users or people who click through. We do gather data, obviously, from email addresses which we put into Facebook. That's a different thing altogether. That still works fine. The AI still works fine. It'll find new people. What it won't do is if someone looks at an advert and then goes away, doesn't do anything, it won't come back in and say we won't re-show them the advert. So don't. We don't, as I say, we don't do any remarketing campaigns. We switch it on, but obviously now it's not going to work at the moment until Facebook updates. But we always go for the first hit anyway with the AI advertising, so it's not going to really affect anything. So AI advertising, this is what we're talking about here. How this works is that we build an audience, then we monitor that audience for certain keywords, and when the keyword is struck within your audience, an advert is shown. Simple as that. No remarketing used, so it doesn't. How iOS is working is not going to affect how this software runs. So that's AI advertising. There is a minimum spend on that. We're trying to, if you spend a minimum of about £200 budget, the system works really well there. So that's AI advertising. Social commands swell. These are for your influencers out there. We can add real people to your platforms, to anything really: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and we can build your followers on there. If you're an influencer and you want a big number of followers, it's not expensive. You can add probably 500 followers to Instagram for about £79 and build it up that way. So if you want to build people, that's great. They're real people. You won't get banned. It's no spamming going on. These people, by ways and means, which is a secret, we pay them to do it. Actually, we pay people to click your page. They won't engage with you. You won't be able to sell with them to them. But if anybody comes along and looks at your page and says, "Oh, they've got 6,000 people," well, they must be popular. We'll follow them. Compared to somebody else, let's say if you were a retail and there was the two identical retail shops, different brands. One's got 500, one's got 5,000. The customer will generally go across the one's got 5,000 because they feel like they're trusted. So building a base is really good. It's a cheap way of doing it. They're real people. It's not robots, so you can't get banned. It's just a good way of building a small audience into a big audience if you need it. Social media software. This is the software that we use to look after clients and customers, but you can also buy it, and I mean you as an end user. You can also buy the software and use it yourself if you feel like you need to do that. And also we've got a version for social media managers and agencies as well, where you can have multiple businesses running inside it. So that's the software. Doing really well with the websites at the moment. We're building probably about 1 or 2 a week. Which isn't a great deal, but from considering we only started doing the websites last year, it's flying and it's great, and they're all dynamic websites and they all look beautiful. Actually, this website we're looking at here is one of ours. Obviously, it's our own system that we've built on. So it's if you need a fresh website, it's relatively cheap. You can get a 5-page website for about £75 a month. That includes hosting, updates, the build and updates every month for you. So that works really well. If you're a reseller, that's the same process. You can offer that to your customers, the build, the hosting, and the updates. So have a look at that. Website's working very well for us. Phone apps. People get very confused with phone apps. Our phone apps are an extension of the website. If you want a groundbreaking, brand new social media platform software program to run on a phone app, this is not that. You take your £25,000 or $25,000 and go to an app developer who will build that for you. This is about simple operations that look beautiful, but is an extension of the website. We're doing a lot of these. A lot of retailers who have ordering systems, we're incorporating the website and the phone app together, and then we're building an online ordering system into the phone app, and that's done via our social media software. It is a very, very cost-effective way of doing it, because a lot of e-com builders of websites are charging a small fortune for you to build a shop for you. you can do this yourself. We program it or we build it all for you. Then you can get in there and add it all yourself. And I think we did it. I think the deal is still there. £149 a month gets you social media posting. It gets you a phone app and it gets you a website as well. And it's all kept up to date with an online ordering shop if you want that as well. But these are the basic systems that go inside the app: About Us, Message Center, special offers, food ordering, contact forms, stamp cards, galleries, loyalty points, and content pages. So, as I say, it's an extension of your website. It just makes it look beautiful, and the price is from £39. It's just insane. And you can have all this built for you. We do it for you, and we update it all for £39 a month. So, phone apps, just excellent. It works really well. There's a couple of offers there. That's it. So that's it really. That's all our products. So with support ticket system, that's brand new. Please use that. Search problems, which hopefully will be resolved in the next few weeks. Just click the preview button to make sure the post is okay. We've got Instagram coming hopefully in 2 weeks' time. That was a product rundown. And we've got something new in our media section. Obviously, you're probably aware of the Bullocks Business Banter Show that happens 3 times a week at midday, Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Join us for that. Flashback Radio, which I'm obviously involved with, and I do a show on there. Sunday Morning Briefing, which is a blog which goes out every Sunday morning. Most of you already link to that, so you get all that. And then our brand new thing, which is me really just doing some stuff, is Social Command Space Events. It is it's completely irrelevant to everything else we're doing, but please join us, because obviously I'm quite into space and into the future of everything. So click on the page, go to the website and click on the Social Command Space Events. We've got a Facebook page, and we've got a YouTube channel as well. And what it's all about is that we take the streams from anywhere there's a launch, which is normally a NASA or a SpaceX launch, and we get a couple of experts on the line and we talk about it and watch it together. The big thing at the moment is obviously the Starship launches and the tests, which are massive. But if you're into that type of thing, join us, subscribe to the channel, and we have a bit of fun, and it's all very relaxed. It's not business based, so don't worry about that. That's about it. I think have I covered everything? I think I have. I just need to close that down because that's really noisy. Hang on a minute. There we go. And got that. And we got that. Brilliant. Okay, so that's everything covered. As ever, please, if you've got any questions, let us know. office@socialcommand.co.uk, or use the support ticket system, because we've built it for you to use and it'll make things a lot easier. So have a great day, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye-bye.